there, guys, girls, gamers, everyone, it's me, GenuineParts, and we are back in If My Heart Had Wings. The last episode was a bit of a tedious task to censor, was the thing that was kinda hard to do. Today, you don't see any windows up there, no you don't. Today marks probably the first episode where we might have to stop the recording partway through, because there's a storm afoot outside. There are thunderstorms, really heavy thunderstorms, kind of closing in. Not sure if they will move around us or not, so just be prepared that if I switch suddenly my clothing, I didn't, you know, get up and have an emergency. Yeah, so let's jump right in. Those girls are relaxed after the bath. At least they look at it like that. They sound like they did much more than bath, but we saw them. We don't think so. I would think Aoi gets the wrong impression right now. The three girls get out of the bath, stand in front of the electric fan, open the fridge and pour some barley tea. So they took a hot bath and now they are cooling down. Sounds like an idea. You were in the bath for a really long time, weren't you? I could hear your voices coming from inside. What were you talking about? From the hallway I could hear laughing and screaming coming from the bathroom from time to time. Screaming? I don't remember any screaming going on. I couldn't catch exactly what they were saying, but it sounded like they were getting pretty excited about something. Okay, I see how it is. I worry when they say it like that. What the hell were they talking about? That sounds so wrong. I hear Kotori's wheelchair squeaking as she moves off behind me and Agea goes with her. Yeah, good night. I watched him leave and then run myself a bath. Run by myself? What? Amane, are you going to bed too? I just finished getting your room ready. What were you thinking about? Amane had already laid the plans out on the dining hall table and was holding a glass of milk in one hand, while looking at the design she was holding in the other. It seems like she wouldn't hear me whatever I said, so I decided to go ahead and take a bath.
皆様、長い間ご迷惑をおかけしておりましたが、私、姫木アゲハ、本日よりソアリング部に完全復帰いたします。
You cannot see my hands. I have to hold them really high up. Huh. A small round of applause echoes around the garage. You were so close. If you'd won 2 more matches, you would have gotten through the perfectional qualifiers. I feel like, did I shrunk? Am I shrunk?
いやー、それは高望みってもんでしょう。
In the local qualifiers of the robot contest that were held yesterday, Agea and her team of juniors lost in the 3rd match. If a team wins the 4th match, they gain the right to enter the national championship. Losing in the 3rd round is the kind of result that makes it hard to say whether they came close or not, but in the next match, the team that beat Agea's team won.
小鳥も応援に来てくれてありがとう。すごい悔しかった。
Doesn't sound happy about that. Since Agea was in 2 clubs at the same time, when we had any time to spare, we would go and help the robot club. On the day of the contest, we helped carry the equipment and went to the contest venue. It was the first time I'd been to see the robot contest, but it was pretty interesting. The teams weren't just there to win, they also wanted to do their best to show their ideas and how great their robots are, or were. Even when they gave a performance that might put them at a disadvantage in the match, they didn't ease up. When I saw this, I felt I had begun to understand how Agea could become so obsessed with it.
それから天音先輩、お手伝いしてくださってありがとうございました。あれ、天音ちゃんも何かしたの？私は別に何も。
She's blushing. She's so cute when she's. All the girls are so cute when they blush.
何度か見に来てくれて、設計の問題点を改善してくれたり、アイデアを提供してくれたりしたの。天音先輩、すっごいんだよ。やっぱ発想が違うっていうかさ。へえ、天音ちゃん、私らに隠れてそんなことしてたんだ。
I had no idea. When on earth did she do that?
私も何かできることはないかと思ったんだ。みんな天音先輩と一緒にものづくりができていい刺激になったって喜んでました。欲が出ちゃったみたいで、次は優勝するんだって気合入りまくりでしたよ。それは良かった。
It's good that they want to win, but if you don't aim for the top, you can't win the matches.
それからもう一つ重大な報告があります。
I'm pregnant. Oh. Agea spoke in a formal tone.
私、昨日をもってロボット部を退部してまいりました。
That's probably my pregnant line was probably the second of most shocking things, and that one takes the cake. I told ya.
本当なのか？
I told ya.
実は前から決めてたんです。ロボット作りもいいけど、今はグライダーの方が楽しいんで。というわけで、今後はこっち一本でいきますので、よろしく。
We all let out a big cheer, and the garage was filled with a much more rapturous applause this time.
ってことは、いよいよ主役制作ラストスパートね。葵はパイロット訓練に戻ってちょうだい。
Aye, Captain. No, it's okay. I can help too.
ダメ。主翼が完成したら速攻でテストフライトするんだから。
I can, apparently.
それまでに操縦を完璧に覚えること。
Or you have to make new wings and a new plane. I understand.
パイロット譲ってやったんだから、ビシッと決めてもらうわよ。
Wow, what? Who died and made you captain? Oh, crap, she's the second in command, isn't she? I will. I have a role to fulfill. Apparently. Finally, the test flight is just around the corner. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. And no, that's not a synchronicity error. I just knew what was coming. Cheers.
ごめんください。はーい。どちら様？
I'm in my underwear. Who is it? Who? What?
こら、セカラ女。来客にいちいち裸で対応するんじゃない。下着はつけてるよ。
I've read, apparently, yeah, she was not in pajamas, bananas and pajamas. She was actually not in pajamas, she was in her underwear, and that was not changed in the translation. So, also, it apparently didn't uncensor that.
あなた、アゲハの妹ちゃんよね。あ、はい、そうです。姫にホタルです。ハバネさんでしたよね。小鳥でいいわ。 小鳥ちゃんとかで。
小鳥ちゃん。
小鳥ちゃん。
小鳥さん、あーちゃんいますか？
That's the most adorable little voice.
妹ちゃんが来てるわよ。おお、ホタル。
Hotaru! Agia brings Hotaru into the dining hall where everyone is having breakfast.
あーちゃん、着替え持ってきたよ。
サンキュー。お母さんどう？なんか言ってた？
Was that just an English? Thank you? Was that didn't sound like arigato? Did she just... I think, you know, I've learned a bit of Japanese and I think she just said thank you in English. But Japaneseified.
帰ってきたらお尻キックだって。
仕方あるまい。
Hi, Hotaru.
おはよう、
Honey. Oh, that's so cute. Want some breakfast?
いい。うちで食べてきたから。
あまねちゃん、悪いんだけどハートに餌やっといて。ああ、任せろ。おいでハト。
ハト。
お前ご機嫌だな。ここはご飯が美味しいからな。
He looks like he's about ready to eat, if you know what I mean. He seems happy. It's been a few days since the dormitory became our camp. It's become a routine for everyone to get together to eat breakfast. It's really lively, so it makes it feel more like a camp. Isn't it usually not lively? I mean, there are borders here usually. Also, today we have a special need. We have a special need to have a good breakfast. Unlike usual, today's work will be a test of our endurance.
外は快晴か。また一段と暑そうね。ねえ、妹ちゃん、どうだった？
すごくいいお天気でした。
もう日焼け止め塗っとかないとやばいかな。あ、そうだ。あんたも暇なら手伝ってよ。
I assume the test to, you know, push the glider.
いいよ。私にできることならだけど。
うん、できる。誰でもできるけど、人手がいるんだ。
また翼を磨くの？
今日はね、
They are trying to push the glider around.
滑走路を作るのよ。
Oh, they are making a runway.
滑走路を作る？
Where do we make a runway?
ここが滑走路だ。
That's the sky, Amane. Not the runway. Sky. Oh, I see what you mean. Is that a pulley? Was that a track that pulls the plane? We stared on at the wide open empty lot overgrown with lush grass in complete bewilderment.
ここ全部私たちできれいにするの？ああ、そうだ。覚悟してたこととはいえ、実際に見るとおじけづくわね。
We are on the verge of completing the main wing, so we're finally getting ready for the test flight. This is one of those things, the construction of a runway. An grassy fields on the other side of the lake was a wide flat area with no gradient. When we heard the word runway, we all imagined it to be paved with asphalt like in an airfield. Not so
やはり夏場は雑草の成長が早いな。
That grass is pretty much as high as you. How are you supposing we are doing that? Amongst them were overgrown weeds that would need to be cut down. While making a glider, we'd be making a runway too. We have to tidy this place up. That's why we called for some help.
な
なんで俺がこんなことしなきゃなんねえんだよ。
Oh god. Oh no. Mabu. What's he going to do? Annoy the grass to death?
そんなこと言っていいんだ。エリちゃんにあんたの恥ずかしい秘密ばらすわよ。
Oh, you're evil. She's getting back to him good.
汚ねえ、マジ汚ねえこの女。
あんたこそ余計なことベラベラ喋って、本当ならお尻キックかましてやるところよ。
Her voice when she's bad is like, wow.
やっぱこいつ中身は男だよ。
Agia had persuaded Masatsugu to come with us. Mabu, I call him
さ
Mabu.
すがにきつそうだけど頑張るっきゃないか。
Yeah, no shit. We better get like some dew spray and like hairspray and lighters and just burn this all down. As a condition for preparing her meals throughout the summer holidays, Kaneko has come to help us too.
私にできるかな。
I would expect you are covered in grass, like from head to toe you cannot see anything. I would expect you can like gnaw off the other side of the grass. I don't know. Unfortunately for her, Hotaru, who came only to bring a change of clothes for Agia, was brought along too. Well, not my idea. Don't blame me. And Hat too. Hat, you can eat all the snails. And then there was Hat. Ducks eat wheat, so we didn't need to force him. We just brought him out for a stroll. Well, he will be really fat at the end of this day, I assume. But isn't this private property?
ああ、そうだ。この広場の所有者はソアリング部の OB らしい。
It would appear? You're not sure? So this person is one of the old members of the Soaring Club from before Amana and the others revived it.
定期的に草刈りをすることを条件に無償で貸してくださっている。
Did you just say you cut the grass on a regular... Did you look around? Did you really? Wow. Yeah, wow, I didn't know that.
それじゃ始めましょう。無駄口叩いてたら日が暮れちゃうわよ。
At the command of Kotori Habane, second in charge of the club, we began cutting the grass. How do we do that? Do we have machinery? Or... I hear waves. Being in such sweltering heat makes it all the more difficult. Here there's nothing to block the direct sunlight, and the wind blowing from the direction of the lake only cools us down a bit. It's so hot! The towel wrapped around my head in place of a hat is already drenched in sweat. We make sure to don't get a heat stroke. It's said that you must drink water at regular intervals. On a day hot as today, it's best to drink something before you start to feel thirsty. It's hot here too. Thanks for reminding me, Aoi.
もうダメ。ちょっとコンビニ行ってきていいか。
You don't come back.
情けないな。男の子でしょ。
こちとらバイトとバンドと恋に夢中なもやしっこなんだ。
I guess the heat shows your true colors. Kotori, are you okay?
平気よ。お尻が超ムレムレだけど。
I didn't need that mental image, but thanks. We thought that it might be impossible for Kotori, who is in a wheelchair, to do the wedding. But even so, she wanted to do it. I was worried that she, without thinking of the working conditions, would get carried away and collapse. Here, have some of the sports drink.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not crazy. You heard it too this time. I'm looking at you. You heard it. This was the English thank you. What? What is it, Hotaru?
虫
Oh god. Someone call the police. Grasshopper came jumping out of the grass that she was about to cut. Hotaru was assaulted by a grasshopper and eaten. What? It's just a grasshopper. What did she expect? Taro is hiding behind me, scared. I caught the grasshopper and put it down in an area we had finished cutting. Don't get caught by Hat, he'll eat you. Ducks love eating grasshoppers. Arigato! See, I'm not crazy. I'm a little bit crazy, okay? But I heard that, and I'm definitely sure that... Okay, I'm carrying on. Kaneko, using a lawnmower that Agea borrowed from a local farm, was cutting down the long weeds on one side. Where did you hide your lawnmower, Kaneko? You're standing there. As long as they aren't long enough to get entangled around the wheels, it's no problem. So there's no need to pull them out from the root. Thinking that the lawnmower is a living thing, Hat sometimes tries to mess around with it. What, did I just become the pest control or something? Okay, no problem. Hat, who doesn't want me to picking up, starts going crazy as I take him away. Alright, here you should be okay. Let's put him next to the grasshopper.
Yeah, Hatto.
Amane, could you take care of him?
Oh, いいぞ.
Amane, who usually just stays in the garage, is really throwing herself enthusiastically into cutting the grass today. That reminds me, that time when you did the test flight before, it took off from here, didn't it?
そうだ.
How was the grass at that time?
私と顧問の山野辺先生とでやった。必要な部分だけだが。
Huh? The advisor?
おう、顧問だ。
I guess the clubs usually have one of those, but I haven't seen him even once. Hey, Agea.
お、何？
Do you know Yamanobe Sensei?
ああ、あの若い男の先生。頼りなくてひょろっとしてる？
Let's cut to the chase here. Suddenly they can put in Yakanobe Sensei, but you know, when they refer to each other as Sen and with the... Okay, it's just a messed up translation, I'm sorry. Seems like he's our advisor.
うん、知ってるよ。
Well, why does everyone know but me? She knew about that? As I should have expected. Why doesn't he come to supervisor club activities?
前の顧問の先生が定年退職なさって、代わりに顧問になってくれたのが山野辺先生だ。
Yamanobe
先
Sensei.
生はグライダーについては素人だし、あまり興味もないようだ。
あの先生、事なかれ主義だからね。飛岡先生に頭上がらないし。
Okay, so in the sweltering heat, we leave the girls and me in the sweltering heat too, and we will be back without any problems by the weather, as it seems. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure having you here. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.